Yeah. Yeah, Chris wrote me up a little card so I can talk about that. Yeah. Yep. West Hartford's, okay. Yep.
Hey, Chris, that's during the game sometime, right?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise in honor of America as we play our national anthem.
Abby Wentworth and the Manhattan Jaspers are one win away from the MAAC Finals, as today they take on the Loyola Greyhounds in the MAAC Semifinals. And all the action is coming up next on the MAAC Television Network. And welcome to the 2011 Spark Energy MAAC Championship presented by Pepsi Max as we come to you from the Webster Bank Arena at Harbor Yard in downtown Bridgeport, Connecticut. Our first semifinal of the day featuring the third-seeded Jaspers of Manhattan facing off against the second-seeded Loyola Greyhounds. Let's take a look at our New York Life brackets. Manhattan beat Iona in the quarterfinals yesterday, while Loyola bested Canisius in overtime. Still to come in our second matchup of the day, number 1 Maros will play number 4 Siena. And welcome everybody, I'm Dean Darling along with Micah Ryan. Thanks for joining us here in Bridgeport. And Micah, Loyola won the season series by sweeping the Manhattan Jaspers. They did it by averaging 69 points a game against a very good Manhattan defense.
We're going to see Manhattan's patented 1-3-1 defense today. It's very tough to crack, but Loyola has to be careful that they don't settle for three-point jump shots. They've got to get in the seams of the zone, attack, and get fouled.
All right, let's take a look now at our surprise. It's Bridgeport Star Watch, and a couple of all-conference performers are featured.
Abby Wentworth has flourished in the point guard role since the injury to Alyssa Harrington, And Miriam McKenzie will need an all-conference performance today in order for Loyola to advance to the championship game.
Log on to SurpriseIt'sBridgeport.com to learn all that Bridgeport, Connecticut has to offer. Let's take a look at our Spark Energy starting lineups. For the Jaspers, Wentworth along with Lawrence, who tied her career high with 12 yesterday in the win against Iona. Roeder, Lotzenheiser, and Peters round out the starting 5. For Loyola, the Defensive Player of the Year in the league, Katie Sheehan, along with Miriam McKenzie, Erica DiClemente, Meredith Tolley, and Alyssa Sutherland. It's number 2, Loyola, facing number 3, Manhattan in our first semifinal of the day. Stay with us. We'll be back to Bridgeport after this on the MAAC Television Network.
Someone, possibly you, pays for the electricity that powers this screen. Would you like to pay less? You have a choice. Spark Energy is here to save you money on electricity. It's the same power over the same lines, but with lower prices. Visit us online at sparkenergy.com/TV, where it's easy to switch and learn how Spark Energy gives back to your community, because we empower what matters.
The 2011 Spark Energy MAAC Basketball Championships are brought to you by Pepsi Max. 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste. Spark Energy, empower what matters. FYE, strictly for your entertainment. And Nakata Sports, home of the Rock, is proud to sponsor the MAAC. And by the 2011 Spark Energy MAAC Basketball Championships. Buy your tickets today on Ticketmaster.com, MAACSports.com, or by calling 1-800-745-3000. The 2011 Spark Energy MAAC Basketball Championships. Every game counts. And welcome back to the 2011 Spark Energy MAAC Basketball Championships. You see the Loyola Greyhound cheerleaders as their team gets ready to take on the Jaspers of Manhattan. Jaspers come off a nice win against Iona by 12 yesterday. Meanwhile, Loyola bested Canisius in overtime by 15. Our coaching matchup is brought to you by Anaconda Sports, home with the Rock. Joe Logan is in his 6th year. He's had 3 winning seasons, 3 losing seasons, and he's the 2nd winningest coach in the school's history. For the Jaspers of Manhattan, they are led by John Olenowski. He's in his 2nd year, led them to their first winning season in 8 years this year, and already has attained 22 wins as they go into this game at 22-8 overall. Loyola coming out of their huddle, already onto the floor. Jaspers now entering into the jump circle. The officials, Tom Danaher, Gary Schimmel, and Mike Schmidt. Thanks so much for joining us here in Bridgeport. Game 1 of our semifinals. Danaher to toss up, and the tap will be controlled by Torianne Lawrence of the Jaspers. The focus today will be on number 15, Micah, Abby Wentworth. As she goes, the team goes.
And a good matchup against Sheehan, the Defensive Player of the Year. She's already come up possibly with her first steal.
Peters lost it on the floor, the tie-up. And on the alternate possession, the ball will go to Loyola. Let's take a look at our Be Smart. Check that. Play back in, off the end line, as Tolley, along with Sheehan, joining Sutherland, McKenzie, and DiClemente. Starting 5 for Loyola. A team 19-11 overall. Number 2 seed of the MAAC. They went 13-5 in regular season play.
We see the first steal of the day from Wentworth. Leads the league in steals at 4.2 a game. We got our first look at their trademark 1-3-1 defense.
Wentworth saw a little bit of an alley. Shot clock at 14 seconds. Nadia Peters. And The rebound to McKenzie. McKenzie is the leading rebounder as a guard at 7.2 a game. She got caught in traffic. Let's take a look at our Be Smart, Drive Smart keys to the game. For the Jaspers, Mikey, you mentioned about controlling tempo. That's going to be a big key today.
The fewer possessions, the better chance I think Jaspers have of winning this game, and the Greyhounds have to execute against this 1-3-1 zone. They can't be content to settle for jump shots.
Wentworth on the year, number 2 in the league in steals behind Katie Sheehan. Also had 122 assists to lead her squad. They milked the shot clock at 5 seconds. Late entry for Lotzenheiser. And the Greyhounds take it out of bounds with her. Loyola in the overtime win yesterday really dodged a bullet when you think about it against Canisius. There were 3.7 seconds left in that ball game, and they tied it on a jumper at the buzzer about 22 feet out from number 22, Miriam McKenzie.
And it was a mishandled ball that she picked up and had the presence of mind not to dribble again. Buries a 3 to put it into overtime.
And then they won the overtime convincingly.
They outscored Canisius 19-4 in the overtime, and when she hit that shot, it's like someone took a pen and popped their balloon for the Canisius Golden Griffs. It played great up until that point, but Loyola just really controlled it in the overtime.
And misfiring on the first 3 shot opportunities. McKenzie, one of the top scorers in the back with the reverse.
A great start there for McKenzie. That's how you have to beat the zone. You have to attack a zone with the dribble.
Manhattan with the 12-point win in the quarterfinals against Iona. That was in the 3-6 game. Lotzenheiser, one of the veterans, an all-conference performer this year, made the 3rd team. Here's Wentworth battling on Sheehan and cradled the ball.
That's going to be a great matchup to watch all day.
You have 2 of the best steal leaders going against each other in the matchup, as you mentioned. Dee Clemente, a 5th-year graduate student, wears number 32. She injured a knee her sophomore year, sat out a year, and then came back and now working on her graduate degree down there in Baltimore.
Dean, here we'll see McKenzie going baseline against that 1-3-1 zone, and that's how you beat a zone, with the dribble. A lot of people think you beat a zone with a pass, but you beat it with dribble penetration.
And McKenzie's got the quicks to beat him on the baseline.
Great first step, good ball handling.
The blemish on her record this year has been the turnover. Sometimes she gets out of sorts. Down to 4 on the shot clock. McKenzie and could not get the shot off.
And that's the beauty of the way they play this 1-3-1 zone. You think, oh, it's easy to get in the gaps, it's easy to get an open look, and they don't allow you to do that.
Joe Logan, a graduate of Loyola, stayed on as assistant coach and eventually got the head job. Loyola has turned it over 3 times in 4 possessions. Wentworth on the elbow. Tolley matches up on Lotzenheiser. And an errant pass. Each time, Manhattan has had problems. They take the shot clock down under 10 most of the time. Dee Clemente with the ball for Sheehan with the long look. And Lawrence on a breakout. And the active hands again by Sheehan.
It's a good job of recovery there by Sheehan.
We have played 4 minutes and 14 seconds into the first half. 2-2 our score. Loyola and Manhattan in Bridgeport.
This aisle isn't big enough for 2 zeros.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Is that all you got?
I'm up to my knees in 0 calories. Pepsi to the max, so let's drink all of these. Snoop! Pepsi Max, too much taste to be called a zero.
On Blu-ray and DVD.
Join yourself there. It's the name of love. Barry.
Oh, God.
God can't hear you, Barry.
Oh, too.
There are two things in this world. Sexy sex and boring death. I want to grow a beard.
On January 4.
I had no idea. This was a dinner for extraordinary people.
Find out who's the biggest schmuck.
Your guy is amazing.
When you own Dinner for Schmucks.
Mamma mia, papa pia. Baby got the diarrhea. Hey, Tim!
In stores now. On Blu-ray and DVD.
The Metro Atlantic Athletics Conference thanks Pepsi Cola for its support of MAAC Athletics. Maximum team, maximum energy, 0 calories. Fans, don't forget to stop by the official MAAC merchandise stand located on the arena concourse and capture the excitement of MAAC basketball and official championship merchandise.
Welcome back to our coverage here in Bridgeport. The MAAC Television Network's coverage of Spark Energy MAAC Basketball Championships is available in high definition. 2-2 are the numbers on the board. 4-14 in. Tight defense and some tight offense, too, played by both teams. Shot clock dwindling on a lot of occasions.
I agree. I think both teams are just a little tight. Just trying to feel each other out.
Good ball reversal. Lawrence matching up on McKenzie. Sutherland, a sophomore. Sheehan for the three, drilled it.
Excellent ball movement by Loyola.
Sheehan on the year, knocking down just 27% of her three-point shot. She's more of a driver and aggressive post player.
She is, but she's also on a mission in this tournament to prove that she belongs on the All-MAAC first team.
MAAC All-Rookie candidate last year. Here's Wentworth off the elbow, using window.
The bank is open this morning. Sheehan goes behind the screen and gives her an open look. She can't afford to do that.
Wentworth on the year, making 35% of her opportunities on threes. Yesterday, she had 14 against Iona to go along with 5 steals. Here's Sheehan with a powerful left dribble. Good look for Sutherland.
And again, excellent patience. Good use of the dribble to penetrate the zone, kick it out, ball reversal. Beautiful job by Loyola.
Alyssa Sutherland from Syracuse, New York. Played at West Genesee High School up in Camillus, New York. Back cut for Peters.
Not known as a scorer for this Manhattan team, but she has to convert those baskets in order for them to win this game.
Sheehan on the floor with Sutherland and Tolly. DiClemente joins him. And Miriam McKenzie. McKenzie on the year averaging 14.2. Misfires there. Watson-Heiser wraps up the rebound. Watson-Heiser, third team All-MAAC conference player, named earlier this week. Monica Roeder, 4 times she won the MAAC Rookie of the Week this year. And she was on the MAAC All-Rookie team when it was named in the postseason. Foul called there. Sheehan picks it up, her first.
And a good call, even though she disagreed with it. But if I had a criticism of her game as a young sophomore, it would be play through officiating. Don't let it affect you one way or the other.
Sights and sounds of today's game here in our semifinal. Good possession that time.
And a beautiful step back. She had a taller De Clementi on her, and she uses the step back to drill the jump shot on the baseline.
Tolly got the ball out here on the wing. Wide open look for De Clementi. And Wentworth picks it up. Loyola leading 8-7. Another three by Roeder, and a timeout for an injury. Sutherland over at the midcourt line. Joe Logan will go over to attend to his young sophomore.
This does not look good, Dean. It looks like her left knee.
And again, Alyssa Sutherland out of Syracuse, New York.
Oh, she just planted her left knee there. That does not bode well.
And you can tell she's grimacing in pain right there, going down just past the Manhattan bench. And Loyola has been injury-free when you think about it this year. Over the years, they've suffered significant injuries.
And I feel we may have jinxed them because we talked yesterday during the quarterfinals that how healthy this team had been all season. Every starter started and played 30 games. It's a good sign that she's up, but really the first injury that they've suffered all year that will have a dramatic impact on this game.
So checking in will be number 31, Nneka off a delay. She's a 6'1" freshman from Kent, Ohio. That's a significant injury for them because she's been very good on the glass.
And she also had a double-double against Manhattan in their win in the last meeting. Loyola was down 14 points and came back on the back of Alyssa Sutherland with a 17-point, 11-point rebound game.
Full court pressure from the Greyhounds. McKenzie looking for her opportunity. And often she gets fouled with that kind of move to the basket. She'll pay a visit to the free throw line. She averages about 5 attempts a game at the free throw line.
Sutherland's headed to the locker room. We'll try to get an update for you on her condition.
Torianne Lawrence on the personal foul. McKenzie on the year, knocking down 71% of her free throws. 4 times this year she has scored 20 or more. Youngster from Columbia, Maryland. And she has made the back first team each of the last 2 years.
Little 2-2-1 zone press here from Loyola.
Wentworth on the floor, along with Peters, Blair, Lawrence, and off a delay. Again, they'll take the shot clock down under 5 seconds. Half Kenny misses on the jumper. We played 8 minutes and 9 Manhattan for semifinal today. After this, Marist will be going up against the 4 seed Siena. Marist, the 5-time MAAC defending champ. Here's Tolly, blocked. Tolly wearing that mask. She broke her nose on this floor 2 weeks ago.
Her own teammate, Miriam McKenzie, knocked into her nose and fractured it.
11:46 left here in the first half. Manhattan by a digit.
I could smell smoke, and I could taste blood, and I could hear my wife screaming. Katie's dead. Katie's dead.
Every day, I live knowing that she's never coming back.
Our lives were destroyed by the drunk who killed our daughter. We have to live every day with the weight of that crash.
How will I live without Kate?
Could you live with yourself if you murdered my daughter?
Anaconda Sports, your sports authority. proudly supporting local high school athletes throughout the region. We want to thank all the teams and coaches that have made Anaconda the #1 dealer in the Northeast. Football, baseball, basketball, soccer, whatever your sport, Anaconda has what you're looking for. From the latest gear and team uniforms to logo shirts and hats for your company. Make Anaconda your connection.
Hey, if you want to go for sports equipment, go to Anaconda Sports. It's awesome, baby.
The MAAC and Rider University hosts the NCAA Division I Wrestling Championships at sold-out Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia from March 17th through the 19th. Make sure to stop by the Fan Fest at Lincoln Financial Field during the championships. For more information, visit ncaa.com/wrestling. Tight one going on here in the first half. 11:46 remains. Manhattan 10, Loyola 9. Loyola suffering an injury to one of their starters, Alyssa Sutherland, and the ball goes back to the Jaspers. 4 turnovers on Loyola. Wentworth along with Peters joins Half Kenny with Lawrence and Blair, and Wentworth could not handle. So both teams have turned it over 4 times here in the first 8 minutes and change of this first half. Roeder back in for Half Kenny.
Wentworth must feel like she's had a blanket on her this entire game. She's really not been able to get many good looks. The best was a little step back against De Clemente.
Sheehan gets the word from the far end bench from Joe Logan, her head coach. And a runner inside by McKenzie. MAAC fans, the MAAC is on Facebook. Make sure to catch up on the latest MAAC news by logging on to facebook.com/MAAC Sports. Loyola leading it 11-10. Maggie Blair, who's been a pleasant surprise this year for the Jaspers, across the way. Peters is tied up on the play, and the arrow will keep it at the Jasper end.
We see a little zone action by Loyola here, 2-3 zone, but if they're going to play zone, Peters has to be blocked out. Leading rebounder on this Manhattan team, very active around the basket.
Good sized body, gets good position. Here's Blair with a good look.
That's a player that Coach Logan was worried about. She was injured in their last meeting and did not play, so they're very worried about Blair today. She's an excellent shooter from the perimeter.
McKenzie threw a blind pass, picked up there by Tolley. McKenzie to hoist on a long look. Well, the wide rims, we saw him yesterday. That time it paid off when McKenzie's had rung up.
How many times yesterday did we comment on how tight these rims are? You're not going to get a shooter's roll today.
Mary McKenzie with 8 to lead her team. And the throwaway. So Loyola opens a 4-point lead. And playing some good defense, turned Manhattan over there. Loyola beat Canisius in overtime yesterday. 19 wins in total. Here's Sheehan with the stop and pop.
Tough shot. She is on a mission. You can see it in her face.
She's kind of the player that any coach would love to have. She's gritty. She plays hard defense. Wants to win. Loyola on a 7-0 run. Jaspers are out of sorts a little bit. Roeder pushed that one up short.
This 2-3 zone's kind of taking them out of their rhythm.
Wentworth realized it didn't hit iron, had to take a quick shot, and a rebound foul. Don't miss out on all the excitement. It's not too late to get your tickets for the Spark Energy MAAC Basketball Championships now through Monday here at Webster Bank Arena, Harbor Yard, Bridgeport, Connecticut. Get your tickets now by logging on to MAACsports.com or call 1-800-745-3000 or at the Webster Bank Arena at Harbor Yard's box office. The 2011 Spark Energy MAAC Basketball Championships. Every game counts. Along with Mike Ryan, I'm Dean Darling. We're under 9 minutes left here in the first half. Manhattan down by 6 to Loyola. Wentworth on the steal. And she goes coast to coast to end a 7-0 run by Loyola.
And she is the one who makes that 1-3-1 defense work. She covers up for so many mistakes. Not so many mistakes, but she covers up for mistakes. She's active.
And the ball goes back to Wentworth and company. Wentworth has 9 of her team's 12 points. Good numbers for the Greyhounds. Sheehan did it defensively and then let out on the run out.
Well, Wentworth is really the only true guard on the floor right now for Manhattan. So when she takes the shot from the corner, there's nobody else thinking rotate back on defense, and they got the run out and the easy layup.
Double dribble call on the give up there by Wentworth at the 8-minute mark, and Loyola leading it by 6. Substitutions from both squads. Candace Walker checking in for Loyola. Half Kenny. Takes a seat on the bench for the Jaspers. Here's Walker being harassed by Wentworth.
See how active Wentworth is in this 1-3-1 zone?
Yeah, very active hands.
She makes so many good things happen. She is with the steal. The great take to the basket. And the run out by Sheehan.
For over 20 years, Outback Steakhouse has proudly supported our troops. Now, we invite you to join us. Come into Outback and order off our limited-time red, white, and bloomin' menu, featuring delicious new dishes and classic favorites starting at just $9.99. And you'll help us donate up to $1 million to Operation Homefront, an organization that provides support to our troops and their families. Outback, welcome home.
Someone, possibly you, pays for the electricity that powers this screen. Would you like to pay less? You have a choice. Spark Energy is here to save you money on electricity. It's the same power over the same lines, but with lower prices. Visit us online at sparkenergy.com/TV, where it's easy to switch and learn how Spark Energy gives back to your community, because we empower what matters.
Loyola leads Manhattan. We talked at the top about the great defense Manhattan has played, and defense is keeping them in this ballgame.
They're going to need more more of this to win this ball game. And here we see Wentworth with the steal. She's so active in the zone. Again, active hands, anticipation. And Blair steps up with the steal here. Again, just anticipates the ball being fed to the post. That's why that 1-3-1 zone works so well for Manhattan.
And that was the philosophy of John Olenowski. He brought that 1-3-1 to Manhattan.
And their 5th steal of the game for Nadia Peters. They just need to convert here.
They need somebody other than Wentworth to score the ball. She has 9 of their 12 points.
I'd like to see Lotzenheiser get more touches in this game. She had a very quiet game yesterday. She's been very quiet today.
Not a lot of options inside. Wentworth did get the mismatch on Walker. Shot clock violation.
Here we see Sutherland back on the bench with ice on that left knee. Doesn't look like we're going to see her again today. Reports are maybe in the second half, so we send out our best wishes there that we see her later today.
Walker with DiClemente, along with off a delay, Tolly and Sheehan for the Greyhounds. And a touch foul there on Lotzenheiser. Make sure to follow the latest MAAC happenings on the MAAC Twitter page at twitter.com/MAACsports. 6:56 left here in the first half. Walker, who's been plagued by injuries over her career with the jumper. And coming in on that backside was DiClemente for a reset. 3rd rebound for Erica DiClemente.
Here we see a little 2-3 zone. Never would have expected that today.
Well, the teams know each other so well. Sometimes you have to throw the wrinkle into it.
Well, and sometimes just one wrinkle changes the rhythm and the tempo and makes things happen.
Wentworth, first team all-conference player. Season high this year, 24 against Schreider. Right now she has 9. Here's Roeder. She's been quiet so far in the ball game. And an and-one situation and a foul on DiClemente.
Nice take there by Roeder. See her take the ball to the basket. Nice little spin move. She's been primarily a perimeter shooter for Manhattan this year, but this time she puts it on the floor and gets to the goal.
First foul on DiClemente. Only 2 team fouls on Loyola. 5 so far on the Jaspers.
Back to the 1-3-1 this possession.
Walker for the shovel there for DiClemente, and shot clock is dwindling at 4 seconds.
Too much dribbling east and west.
And Lawrence will claw it down.
You know, without McKenzie in the game, they really don't have anyone that can attack north and south against this 1-3-1 zone.
Loyola 18, Manhattan 15. Wentworth started all 30 games last year, starting all games this year. As Sheehan is the heart and soul of their team, as is Wentworth for the Jaspers. Ball was taken out of bounds. If you can't make it out to Webster Bank Arena here at Harbor Yard to see the Spark Energy MAAC Women's Championship game presented by Webster Bank Arena in person, be sure to watch it live. It's Monday afternoon at 1 Eastern on ESPNU. So that offense right now with McKenzie out of the lineup. We'll see what the options are. A lot of times you'll see Sheehan try to drive the ball, but they give it up right there. 8 turnovers on the Greyhounds. Big turnaround for this Jasper program over the last couple of years. Last year they went 15-15. After coming off the previous year of 10-20, Sheehan went hard into the press row area. The officials now will confer.
I think they ruled that a change of possession. Although I don't know that Sheehan really had possession of the ball. She made a great attempt at a steal. I guess they did rule it a possession and have a reset of the 30-second clock.
Here's Peters. They got the fresh shot clock, so they have plenty of time to run the double high post. Wentworth and McKenzie wraps up that rebound. 3 rebounds from Miriam McKenzie. Sheehan looking to get out of the trap.
The coffin corner there. I think when the ball goes to the corner, it has to be quick, skip diagonal right away. Otherwise, they're going to trap in the corner, turn the ball over.
3:56 left here in the first half. Loyola in a full possession lead over the Jaspers of Manhattan.
Kate could not have been happier.
And she told me it was the best day of her life. I placed her in a limousine for the ride home. There was a drunk driver. He drove straight into us, and I could hear my wife screaming.
I was looking on the floor for Kate to make sure that she was okay. Her head had been torn from her body.
Every time you get behind the wheel drunk, you put all of us at risk. Could you live with yourself if you murdered my daughter?
As your love has evolved, so have your gifts. From I like you, I really like you. I love you. I will always love you. And sometimes a gift says you mean more to me than anything else in the world. Life insurance from New York Life ensures your loved ones will always be taken care of. With 166 years of financial strength, it's the most selfless gift you can give. New York Life, the company you keep.
Lucas, you just won yourself a mini basketball from Anaconda Sports from home up to the round. And McKenzie, you're going to get 1-2 for taking that shot.
This hour's a win after 2 zeros.
Welcome back to the 2011 Spark Energy MAAC Basketball Championships here in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Loyola leading Manhattan 18-15. Manhattan with a suffocating defense today has turned Loyola over 8 times in the ballgame.
Here's one reason it is so successful. The pass goes here, then down to Sheehan. The better pass is skip diagonal or quick ball reversal. Once that pass goes to the corner, it's a double team and a turnover. They just cannot go there.
Things like that.
Manhattan shooting the ball today, 6 of 18. Loyola 7 of 15. So Jasper's playing great defense, but offensively, they need somebody else besides Wentworth to score. 2 on the shot clock from McKenzie on the release. Wentworth just picked up her 3rd rebound of the ball game. Loyola in the regular season gave up 58 points a game, holding the Jaspers here to 15 in the first 16 and a half minutes.
They're working really hard to get shots for Roeder and for Wentworth, but great job by Tolly on Roeder. Although she gives up the little runner there, but for most of this game, she's done a great job on Roeder.
Roeder's come to life over the last 6-7 minutes of this ball game with 8 points. There she saw a little bit of a gap. Peters for the clear. Last time Manhattan won the MAAC championship was in 2003 and took place at Sovereign Bank Arena down in Trenton. Roeder in back-to-back hoops.
She found she likes that little left-handed drive.
She's got the bigger upper body where she can get turned into the basket. Blind pass that time, and another giveaway by Loyola. So the Jaspers have caught fire to go on the 7-0 run to go up 19-18. Peters out for Wentworth, and the run's up to 10-0. Double digits today for Wentworth with a dozen. And a timeout is called at the 2:04 mark. Manhattan enjoying a 4-point cushion right now. They go to Roeder, the freshman. They respond with the senior on the next possession.
Outstanding possession here by the Manhattan Jaspers. Little 2-3 zone. But even if you're in a zone, you have to know where Wentworth is. Great step out there by Peters, skip pass, and she's wide open. You have to identify shooters when you're in a zone. McKenzie's just late coming out, and she buries the three.
Wentworth and Roeder have combined for 22 of the Manhattan points. Nobody else has scored for the Jaspers.
We're also seeing off a delay in this game. Hasn't logged many minutes this year, but with the injury to Sutherland, she's going to have to play some today.
She wears number 31 for Loyola. Sheehan to be guarded up by Wentworth. Is McKenzie on the elbow. Big rebound inside by Sheehan. If you're between the ages of 6 and 16, make sure to register for the MAAC Bounce to the Arena. It will take place tomorrow, Sunday at noon in downtown Bridgeport. Participants will receive a basketball that they will bounce along the play-on route, starting at People's United Bank and finishing up at Webster Bank Arena here at Harbor Yard. Participants will also receive admission to the men's semifinal games of the Spark Energy MAAC Basketball Championships. For more information, log on to MAACsports.com. The numbers on Sheehan up to date, averaging the 12 points a game. She has 8 in this one. Yeah, Manhattan by 3. Manhattan, one of the original members of the MAAC, has started now 30 years ago. Good open look for Wentworth.
Great hustle by Sheehan on that play. As a coach, I know you love rebounding guards. Great hustle under the board, stay after it, and then to get on the floor and tie it up.
Second foul called on Nadia Peters.
Pretty rough play here. Bodies on the floor, but great hustle by Sheehan.
You can tell that Sheehan's just a gym rat. Loves to get after it.
Again, it's a dangerous place to go down in that corner, the first pass of their possession.
McKenzie called on a walk. Double digits in turnovers for the Greyhounds with 10. Under a minute left here in the first half. Coming up, MAAC halftime report. We'll have the MAAC Women's Award winners. We'll have a Star Watch update, the first half highlights and stats. Sheehan on the takeaway. Sheehan 2 times this year in one game had 7 steals.
You could see it there. You just see it in her eyes. She's just laying in wait, anticipates and grabs that ball.
Starting today, #1 in the nation in steals, over 3.5 a game. Wouldn't go offensively that time.
And they're not exhibiting the patience that they did early in the game. Sheehan should have skipped past that ball again, passed up that shot for a better shot.
John Olenowski was screaming for a timeout, wants to set up the final play with 20.1 seconds remaining here in the half.
Smart play. You never want to go to the locker room with that timeout in your pocket.
The MAAC now has an app for your iPhone, iPad, or iPod. The app delivers instant updates, including MAAC news, scores, and standings, straight to your iPhone, iPad, or iPod. Log on to the iTunes Store, search MAAC Sports, and download your free MAAC app today. Both huddles talking strategy right now. Year it's been for the Jaspers. It was just 2 short years ago when the program had only won 10 games. Olenowski comes in, 22 wins entering play today.
School record, 22 wins. I think if you're Manhattan coming out of this timeout, he's got Blair on the floor, he's got Roeder on the floor. I think you look for dribble drive penetration by Wentworth, either shot or kick to Roeder or Blair.
Lotzenheiser will be the inbounder on the far end line.
Manhattan had one too many players. That's another way to score, is to put 6 players on the court.
Down to the final 5. Sheehan with the block, but she can't beat the clock.
How athletic was that? Tremendous.
Katie Sheehan coming up with the block. Abby Wentworth, she had a dozen points to lead her team as her team trails Loyola 22-19 at the break. Manhattan with a 3-point lead. We'll be back with the MAAC halftime report after this.
On Blu-ray and DVD.
Join yourself to Is the Name of Love. Barry.
Oh, God.
God can't hear you, Barry.
Oh, too.
There are 2 things in this world. Sexy sex and boring death. I want to grow a beard.
On January 4th.
I had no idea. This was a dinner for extraordinary people.
Find out who's the biggest schmuck.
Your guy is amazing.
When you own Dinner for Schmucks.
Mamma mia, papa pia. Baby got the diarrhea. Hey, Tim!
In stores now. On Blu-ray and DVD.
This aisle isn't big enough for 2 zeros.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Is that all you got?
I'm up to my knees in 0 calories. Pepsi to the max, so let's drink all of these. Pepsi Max. Too much taste to be called a 0.
Manhattan leading Loyola in our first semifinal of the day. Here the MAAC tournament 22-19. Along with Mike Ryan, I'm Dean Darling here at the halftime break. And it was a defensive effort by both squads in those first 20 minutes.
And we saw what we expected from Manhattan with that 1-3-1 zone. I thought they had a terrific half. Loyola mixed it up, played some zone, played some man-to-man, kept the Manhattan off and out of balance, off rhythm and out of balance. So good defensive first half.
Let's take a look at some of our video highlights from that first half. And Abby Wentworth really kept them in the ball game.
She carried this team, and she's going to have to continue to carry them in the second half. She just takes the ball right to the goal. Just a strong power move. I love that move, the little step back over the taller De Clementi. And our other Star Wars performer, McKenzie's done a great job of dribble penetration against this 1-3-1 zone. Here she opts to take the jumper.
And log on to surpriseatsbridgeport.com to learn all that Bridgeport, Connecticut has to offer. Wentworth with the dozen and McKenzie with the 8 for Loyola. Welcome back. Continue along. Halftime as Loyola trails by 3 to the Jaspers of Manhattan.
There's a place you can be on the beach during the day, or hear a live band late into the night. A place where you can do some indoor shopping, or do some outdoor eating. It's where creative thinkers go, and forward thinkers have their businesses. A place where kids can appreciate animals, and adults can appreciate music. Is it New York? Boston? Philadelphia? No, but it's a place you may have heard of. It's a place called Bridgeport, Connecticut. Surprise, it's Bridgeport.
Hey, welcome back to the Spark Energy MAAC Championships presented by Pepsi Max. This week, the MAAC announced several individual awards for women's basketball. Here's a look at this year's winners.
The MAAC Women's Rookie of the Year. From Canisius College, Jamie Ruddle. A 6'4 freshman forward from Burlington, Ontario, Ruddle averaged 9.8 points per game in the MAAC. A two-time MAAC Rookie of the Week selection, she ended the regular season with 12 block shots. The MAAC Women's Rookie of the Year, Jamie Ruddle, Canisius. The MAAC Sixth Player of the Year. From Rider University, Allie Heller. A 5'8 junior guard from Boca Raton, Florida, Heller grabbed 47 defensive boards while shooting 44.3% from behind the arc, good for first in the MAAC. She also averaged 8.2 points per game. The MAAC Sixth Player of the Year, Allie Heller, Rider. The MAAC Women's Defensive Player of the Year. From Loyola University, Maryland, Katie Sheehan. Sheehan leads the MAAC with 3.7 steals per game and scored a career-high 28 points against Iona. She leads the Greyhounds with 29 blocks this season. The MAAC Women's Defensive Player of the Year, Katie Sheehan, Loyola. The Rock, MAAC Women's Coach of the Year. From Marist College, Brian Georges. In his 9th season at Marist, Georges has won Coach of the Year honors 5 times and is the program's all-time leader in wins. His Red Foxes are ranked 21st nationally, and under his leadership, the team is 27-2 overall this season and a perfect 18-0 in conference play. He's the first MAAC women's coach to lead his team to 2 undefeated regular seasons. The Rock MAAC Women's Coach of the Year, Brian Georges, Marist.
And once again, the list of MAAC winners. Erica Allensbach will be featured in our next game, as Allensbach and Marist will go up against Siena. Brian Georges wins Coach of the Year for the 5th time. Jamie Ruddle, a good-looking freshman, won Rookie of the Year for Canisius. 6th Player of the Year won by Riders Allie Heller, who was in the top 2 in three-point percent shooting throughout the year. And our Defensive Player of the Game featured in this one, Katie Sheehan of Loyola. Halftime numbers, Manhattan 22, Loyola 19. We'll be back with more after this on the MAAC Television Network.
This eye wasn't big enough for 2-0.
Do I do better? I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Is that all you got?
I'm up to my knees in 0 calories. Pepsi to the max, so let's drink all of these. Pepsi Max, too much taste to be called a 0.
I could smell smoke, and I could taste blood, and I could hear my wife screaming. Katie's dead. Katie's dead.
Every day, I live knowing that she's never coming back.
Our lives were destroyed by the drunk who killed our daughter. We have to live every day with the weight of that crash.
How will I live without Kate?
Could you live with yourself if you murdered my daughter?
Starting in 2012 and 2014, the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference men's and women's basketball tournament will be added to the Mass Mutual Center's roster. Standing in the heart of the Pioneer Valley, the Mass Mutual Center welcomes not only arena performers and guests, but convention planners and attendees as well. Under the roof, the center boasts a 100,000 square foot flexible space, including a completely renovated 8,000-seat arena, a 40,000 square foot exhibition hall, a 15,000 square foot ballroom, 9,000 square feet of meeting room space, and over 21,000 square feet of exquisite three-function space. All this with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city skyline. CenterPlate is an exclusive provider of premium food and beverage services to the Mass Mutual Center. They understand that delicious cuisine and top-notch service is an integral part of the success of meetings and conventions. Their on-site staff and executive chef can cater to your every need. The Mass Mutual Center provides Western women with an impressive venue option.
That gentleman there's team down by 3 at halftime to the Jaspers of Manhattan, 22-19, as we take a look now at the women's bracket. It is brought to you by New York Life. Coming up in our second game of the day, Marist and Siena. Marist, the number 1 seed and 5-time MAAC defending champ. And Micah, Marist, how you going to beat them? Number 18 in the nation in one poll, number 21 in another. They come in with a 24-game win streak.
Tall order for Siena, but I think they have to control the tempo. The fewer possessions that Marist has, the better chance Siena has to win. And they also have to rebound extremely well today.
Still plenty of hoops to be shown here on the MAAC Television Network throughout the day today. Again, right after this game, we will stay with the MAAC Television Network in our second game of the women's semifinals, and then men's quarterfinals will be coming up. In the first matchup, St. Peter's will be taking on Loyola. And then on Sunday, the MAAC semifinals in the men's division. And then coming up Monday on ESPNU, the women's championship game at 1 Eastern Time, and the men's championship game on ESPN2 at 7 p.m. Manhattan 22, Loyola 19. We'll get them rolling in the second half when we come back after this on the MAAC Television Network.
Great seats are now on sale for the 2011 Spark Energy MAAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championships, March 3rd through the 7th at Webster Bank Arena at Harbor Yard in Bridgeport, Connecticut. 20 teams, 18 games, 2 champions, and plenty of edge-of-your-seat action. For tickets, go online to MAACsports.com, Ticketmaster.com, or call Ticketmaster at 800-745-3000. The 2011 Spark Energy MAAC Basketball Championships. Every game counts.
Even in the most uncertain times, there are some things we know for sure. There will still be weddings, still be babies, and still be bright futures. That's why New York Life has been helping families plan for the expected and unexpected for 166 years. Backed by the highest ratings for financial strength, we're safe and secure, so you can be too. Give your family the gift of a secure financial future. New York Life, the company you keep.
First semifinal of the day has Manhattan with a full possession lead over Loyola, 22-19. And Micah, we talked about it at the top about the great defense Manhattan plays, especially their 1-3-1 defense. How do you think Loyola responded early in the game, and how about later on in that first half?
I thought in the early part of the game, they responded extremely well. Patience, dribble penetration, skip passes. But as the half wore on, they lost patience, and that's how they lost the lead. They come down one pass shot, 1-2 pass, another shot, and I didn't think their selection was very good in the last 8 minutes of the first half.
And Loyola turned it over 10 times in that first half.
And they need more of this. We're going to show an entire possession here. And just watch the beauty of the ball movement. They pass up a shot here for a better shot. And they lost that patience as the half wore on. And I think that's why they're trailing 22-19.
And we take a look at our FYE first half stats. Manhattan shoots 9 of 23 from the field. Loyola 7 of 20. Both teams knocked down 3 triples, and the rebounding edge goes to Loyola. Points in the paint, Manhattan picked up 10, especially with Roeder in the last 10 minutes of that first half for the Jaspers. And the steals, Manhattan a +2 in that category. Joe Logan working with his team, the Loyola Greyhounds, as he led them to 19 wins as we started today, coming off the big win against Canisius, and he drew a collective breath after that game. Canisius had him, and they had to hit a buzzer beater for a game-tying 3 by McKenzie to force the OT against the Golden Grizz.
And we saw some panic yesterday in that Loyola team, but thanks to that shot by McKenzie, they do take it into overtime, and then I think their experience and their seniority really took control. Canisius is a very young team. They played extremely well yesterday, but they're going to be a force to be reckoned with next year in the MAAC.
Meanwhile, Manhattan grinded out a win against Iona. Actually a taller opponent, but they come up big defensively, held the Iona Gales to 47 points in their 12-point win to earn the right to play here today against Loyola in our semifinals. Tolly with Sheehan for the Greyhounds. And Sutherland gets the start after suffering a knee injury during the course of the first half. That's she with the basketball.
A knee injury that looked devastating. Good start there by De Clemente. That looked devastating. She goes to the locker room. She comes out at halftime with the knee bandaged and taped. And I saw her walk to the end of the bench and take it all off.
First 3 of the morning for De Clemente. Prior to that was 0 of 3 on threes, and she's tied at 22.
But you can see Sutherland's in some pain.
She's picking up defensively on Peters. It's Wentworth posting, that time on Sheehan. And it's dug out there by McKenzie. Roeder to bring it up, along with Wentworth, Peters, Lawrence, and Lotzenheiser. It's been a quiet game for Lotzenheiser.
Very quiet. She had a very quiet game yesterday, and I'd like to see her do more because she can not only score in the post, but she can step out off pick and rolls and shoot the three.
Torianne Lawrence, we saw that quite often yesterday in their semifinal win when she matched her career high at 12 points.
She had 6 for 12 yesterday, and I think teams play her as a slasher. She's going to go to the basket, and this is an area where she has improved her game remarkably.
Here's McKenzie, and it looked like Lawrence did not get set into the lane.
Sutherland goes to the bench in the first half, and you see the big ice bag here, and we thought that she was probably out for the rest of the day. She goes to the locker room, comes back out, takes all the bandaging off, and here she is in the game.
Tough sophomore from
Tough.
upstate New York.
Yeah.
Torianne Lawrence in her second personal foul. Reset now for the Loyola Greyhounds. Last year they went 14-16. They were 9-9 on MAAC. This year had a great year, 13-3. 2 of the losses to Marist, another loss at the end of the season to St. Peter's. So a couple big triples to start things out here as Sheehan hits that one. 11 points for Katie Sheehan. On a year averaging 11.9 in the regular season. There's the slash you talked about.
Right, and that's her game, but to her credit, she has really improved, and now she has that 15-footer to add to it.
McKenzie on the personal foul. And that's her first person. And Torianne Lawrence will be shooting a couple. 69% accuracy on the year. Her future athletic goal is to become an athletic trainer. Stay in the field. She still has 2 years of eligibility, though. Just a sophomore from Elmont, New York. She was born in Kingston, Jamaica. Went to Elmont High School, where she was a student athlete of the year as a senior. We're deadlocked at 25, 2 minutes inside the second half.
And another steal by the Manhattan Jaspers.
They had 6 of those in the first half. Lotzenheiser for the touch. Now to Roeder, who likes to put it on the deck. It's been a good matchup for her. She's beaten Dee Clemente a couple times.
She's just a little bigger, a little stronger, and she's been able to take her to the rack twice in the first half and then a third time here in the second half.
She's got 12 in this one. Her career high 21 against St. Peter's earlier this year. And McKenzie, who had hit one from the opposite wing, hits one from the right corner once again.
And they're back to a more patient game this half. A great skip pass, skip diagonal, then they find McKenzie in the corner for the jump shot. I'm sure that was a subject of conversation in the halftime locker room.
So Sheehan and McKenzie both have 11 apiece for the Greyhounds, who are starting to hit now the outside jumper. And Loyola regains the 1-point lead. Just 11 points shy of 1,000 in her career. Coming in today with 978 career points. Cheyenne Halfkenny. Sheehan with active hands, disrupting the flow of the offense. And the stripped foul called on Tolly.
She thinks she got all ball here. Oh, she did get all ball there.
Her first foul. Tolly
She's still
again,
shaking her head on that one.
wearing that mask. To get some extra air, a lot of times she'll take the hockey mask and flip it up to get air. We noticed yesterday, and we said to Joe Logan, what happened? He goes, actually happened on this floor, and one of her teammates' head went right into her nose. She broke the nose. But she's done a good job with that.
She's done an excellent job, and I know that has to be a hindrance to her.
Sheehan. And Peters for the clear. Wentworth gets it done in the classroom as a sophomore. Was MAAC All-Academic team member. Now this year was named First Conference All-MAAC. Working this time on McKenzie. So Sutherland gets the rebound, and they missed her presence defensively during the last 10 minutes of that first half when she went out with that left knee injury.
They certainly did. And I think that's one reason they showed a little 2-3 zone late in the first half. But now with Sutherland back in the lineup, they've gone straight man-to-man.
Loyola just 2 wins away from tying the school record of 21 wins, and that was obtained back in the 98-99 season. Tolly with the reverse spin. And Tolly, good from the start.
First good look she's had at the basket all day.
And her first 3 points of the ball game. McKenzie set her up nicely with the dribble from the corner.
Good catch of the ball, good set of her feet, and a quick release there by Tolly. She's an excellent shooter. She just hasn't gotten many looks today.
Here's Roeder, loves to go left. And the strip from behind by Sutherland, and the lead out for McKenzie. McKenzie has 13. And Loyola has pushed the lead to 5. And the misfire that time by Blair. McKenzie thought she was fouled and had a word with Tom Danaher down at the far baseline.
I think she caught her finger there too. And
she's wearing a bandage on that pinky.
Yeah, might be hurting her a little bit there.
Across the way goes DiClemente, out of control. That's an offensive foul.
Just an out-of-control drive-by there by DiClemente.
14:35 left here in the first half.
Our first good look at Tolly. Nice little pick and pop. Quick release. And the steal by Sheehan. And just a great look ahead to throw the ball ahead to McKenzie.
This aisle isn't big enough for 2 zeros.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Is that all you got?
I'm up to my knees in 0 calories. Pepsi to the max, so let's drink all of these. Pepsi Max. Too much taste to be called a 0.
Dreams are forged. Character is tested. Teams are united. Champions win here. Watch the crowning of new NCAA wrestling champions March 18th and 19th on ESPN and ESPNU in high definition. For information, visit ncaa.com/wrestling.
And welcome back to the 2011 Spark Energy MAAC Basketball Championships presented by Pepsi Max. We're at the Webster Bank Arena, Harbor Yard in Bridgeport, Connecticut, with Loyola leading Manhattan 33-28. Great shooting so far in the second half by Loyola. 5 for 6 from the field, 4 of 4 on threes.
And that's all a result of being patient on offense. They've gotten good looks. They've created nice rhythm in their offense. Makes it so much easier to shoot the ball.
Jaspers gave up 47 points to Iona in the 12-point win yesterday, and so far have given up 33 here in the first 5.5 into the second half. Wentworth the hoist on a two-pointer. Needed badly right there.
They needed that badly, and that was a set play, I'm sure, coming out of that timeout.
Only 2 players scored for the Jaspers in that first half, as Wentworth had 12 and Roeder had 10. They need other people to get involved. Back cut by Sheehan, put it on the baseline.
Now, I don't think we've said enough about the job that she's done, Wentworth, after the loss of Alyssa Harrington to a knee injury in mid-February. Not only does she score, does she steal the ball, but she had to take over the point guard position, and she's flourished. She's had a tremendous 3 weeks.
She sure has. Comes in with over 1,000 career points. 1,025 to be exact. Here's Roeder, and Sheehan anticipated so well. Her third block of the ball game.
And I love it because she used her left hand. Great shot blockers use that left hand against right-handed shooters. Textbook block by Sheehan.
You can tell Sheehan's been schooled in the art of basketball. So fundamentally sound. And she with the basketball. Mackenzie nice through the post.
Excellent dribble penetration, and that's what you need. Good feed to Sutherland.
Sutherland with 5 points.
Great dribble penetration. Roeder has to step up and help. Leaves Sutherland alone, and she buries a layup.
That tight handle by Mackenzie really enabled her to break the double team.
Not only do you have to get into the seams of that zone, you've got to get through them, and she did that time. She got through the seam and was able to hit Sutherland for the layup.
Monica Roeder up for Wentworth. Manhattan down by 5, 7 minutes into the second half. And it looks like Wentworth has said, I'm going to put you on my back.
She's not going to let them fall behind. You're absolutely right.
16 from Abby Wentworth from Portland, Maine. Tally was held by Wentworth. In celebration of the 30th anniversary, the MAAC has compiled 30 Memorial MAAC moments on Facebook, and you can check out the MAAC Facebook page at facebook.com/MAAC Sports to see all 30 moments and tell us what your favorite MAAC moment is. Sheehan, long look. Mackenzie tried to hustle to the corner. Ball goes back to the Jaspers.
It was an NBA three-point shot there. A little impatient there by Sheehan. A little too far out of her range.
Joe Logan is 6th year. You saw him on screen. He's had 3 winning seasons and 3 losing seasons, but he's number 2 all-time in wins at Loyola, just behind Pat Coyle. In fact, he's only 7 away from tying up Coyle. Wentworth, straight look. And kept alive again by Sutherland. Little tap, sets up her teammate. Loyal possession. DiClemente. Convincing rebound by Lotzenheiser.
And again, a little early in the possession that time. 2 passes and shot by DiClemente. I'd like to see a little more patience by the Loyola Greyhounds.
We just saw earlier Wentworth foul. For playing as hard as she has, that's only her first foul of the ball game. Down to 2 in a shot clock. Can she get it off? No. So heady defense played again by the Greyhounds. Their lead is at 3, 35-32.
On Blu-ray and DVD.
Join yourself to Is the Name of Love. Barry.
Oh, God.
God can't hear you, Barry.
Oh, too.
There are 2 things in this world. Sexy sex and boring death. I want to grow a beard.
On January 4th.
I had no idea. This was a dinner for extraordinary people.
Find out who's the biggest schmuck.
Your guy is amazing.
When you own Dinner for Schmucks.
Mamma mia, papa pia. Baby got the diarrhea. Hey, Tim!
In stores now on Blu-ray and DVD.
As your love has evolved, so have your gifts. From I like you, I really like you. I love you. I will always love you. And sometimes a gift says you mean more to me than anything else in the world. Life insurance from New York Life ensures your loved ones will always be taken care of. With 166 years of financial strength, it's the most selfless gift you can give. New York Life, the company you keep.
Hey, basketball fans, starting next year, the MAAC championships have a new home, the MAAC Mutual Center, located in Basketball City, USA, Springfield, Massachusetts, where basketball was invented and the Hall of Fame resides. Visit their table on the outdoors for magnets, bracelets, and flyers. Welcome to Massachusetts.
Here's a look at the upcoming MAAC championships. Men's and women's rowing will be happening on April 17th, Mercer Lake in West Windsor, New Jersey, and also men's and women's tennis all in April 20th through the 21st. That will be at the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center in Flushing, New York. We take a look at the 2010 11 MAAC championship winners so far. And then women's soccer, that was won by Siena last fall. Men's and women's cross country won by Iona. Men's soccer by St. Peter's. And volleyball by Niagara. And the list goes on from there. And what's intriguing about that, 9 different schools represented out of the 10 in MAAC competition. Loyola to inbound by the Manhattan bench. They are up 35-32. Winner of this game goes to the MAAC final, 1 o'clock Eastern time on Monday, right here in Bridgeport. That defense that time by Torianne Lawrence.
That was Peters coming across from help side position with a nice block there.
Wentworth using the screen by Lotzenheiser. Walnarn to Lotzenheiser.
There she goes. I've been waiting for her to perk up here in this game. I'm wondering maybe if she's not feeling well.
She hasn't scored, just 2 rebounds before that last media timeout. So far, Loyola has done a good job of moving the ball against this zone defense of Manhattan here in the second half. Knocking down 4 3-pointers. Good look for Sheehan. Second triple in the second half.
And again, patience on offense. Nice job of working the ball around and finding the open player.
Katie Sheehan leads the way with 14 for the Hounds. As a freshman, she started 9 of 24 games, averaged 8.8 this year as a sophomore. Just under 12 a game. A matching 3 by Roeder.
She is not one that you can leave open. Again, you have to identify shooters even when you're in a zone defense, and she's one that needs to be identified.
She has 15, resident of Marlton, New Jersey. DiClemente's turn, and an equal result. So 3 consecutive shots are made, and we get a timeout from the Greyhound bench. Loyola by 5, and some hot shooting going down here in Bridgeport.
This aisle isn't big enough for 2 zeros.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Is that all you got?
I'm up to my knees in 0 calories. Pepsi to the max, so let's drink all of these. Pepsi Max, too much taste to be called a 0.
Kate could not have been happier.
And she told me it was the best day of her life. Well, I placed her in a limousine for the ride home. There was a drunk driver. He drove straight into us, and I could hear my wife screaming.
I was looking on the floor for Kate to make sure that she was okay. Her head had been torn from her body.
Every time you get behind the wheel drunk, you put all of us at risk. Could you live with yourself if you murdered my daughter?
Loyola's come out with some hot shooting here in the second half, nailing 8 of 12 from the field, 5 of 7 on threes, and they've become a zone-busting team.
They have, and they've used it with a little pick-and-roll action. One way to beat a zone, too, is to screen it, and they use a little pick-and-roll here. But what makes this play is Sutherland and the hard roll to the basket. So we can go ahead and see her roll. She rolls and takes this wing player, leaves Sheehan wide open on the perimeter. Just a nice pick and roll. And again, another way to beat a zone is to screen it. And we see the straight pick and roll there. De Clemente pulls up and nails the jump shot.
De Clemente, prior to the second half, was 0 for 3 from the field. She's picked it up.
But a little wrinkle that we didn't see in the first half. Great game adjustment, halftime adjustment there by Joe Logan.
Manhattan has on the floor. Roeder along with Blair came in on the timeout with Wentworth, Peters, and Lawrence. Peters from the free throw line. They're down to 3 in a shot clock. Lawrence beats the clock.
Great look there by Blair.
On the diagonal pass. And it's a 3-point lead for Loyola. See the hot shooting here by both teams in the second half. Jaspers has nailed 6 of 13.
She is so crafty.
4-year player for the program, Abby Wentworth. A little duck in that time by Peters.
And they come back on defense. Again, created by Wentworth.
Nadia Peters with 3 points in this one. And Manhattan within 1. De Clemente likes that corner. Tracked down by Monica Roeder. Roeder was a second-team All-South Jersey player last year as a senior. She went to Cherokee High School, averaged 15 points and 7 rebounds. Knifing in a Lawrence. Tolley with the rebound. 5 rebounds for Meredith Tolley. Sheehan given room. Finally dug out by Peters. Manhattan was picked on the MAAC preseason poll to end up 4th. They finished 3rd at 13-5. And this past summer, they went to Canada back in August for a nice week road trip. Played 3 exhibition games, won them all. Got a chance to tour Montreal and Ottawa, and that kind of brought the team together prior to the school year.
Second chance that Manhattan's had a decent look at the basket to take the lead in this game, but could not convert.
Yeah, McKenzie was taken down on the play. Lawrence was late getting to her spot. Well, the shooting's beginning to heat up here in Bridgeport. It's a 1-point game.
Someone, possibly you, pays for the electricity that powers this screen. Would you like to pay less? you have a choice. Spark Energy is here to save you money on electricity. It's the same power over the same lines, but with lower prices. Visit us online at sparkenergy.com/TV, where it's easy to switch and learn how Spark Energy gives back to your community, because we empower what matters.
Great seats are now on sale for the 2011 Spark Energy MAAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championships, March 3rd through the 7th at Webster Bank Arena at Harbor Yard in Bridgeport, Connecticut. 20 teams, 18 games, 2 champions, and plenty of edge-of-your-seat action. For tickets, go online to MAACsports.com, Ticketmaster.com, or call Ticketmaster at 800-745-3000. The 2011 Spark Energy MAAC Basketball Championships, every game counts.
Welcome back to the 2011 Spark Energy MAAC Championships presented by Pepsi Max. We are housed here in Bridgeport, and Loyola leading Manhattan 40-39. Well, we talked about Star Watch people, top scores before the game started, but secondary scoring's been key today.
Sheehan has been key. This is her second jump shot there. And then the second player for Manhattan to pick up the scoring slack has been Roeder. Drive to the basket, and she steps out and hits the three. So they've really stepped up to help the Star Watch players today.
That is for sure. Sheehan leads her team with 14, and Roeder leads Manhattan with 15. Roeder was very quiet in the first 6-7 minutes of the ball game. There you see the shooting numbers and the flip-flop from the 2-point and the 3-point districts. Manhattan 4 of 12 on the threes here in the second half.
Very nice. Excellent patience, good execution there by the Greyhounds. I love how these teams come out of timeouts and execute, and that's a sign of great coaching and willing and able players.
16 today by Katie Sheehan. And she takes the ball away again.
Well, if you put the ball down in her help area, she's apt to take it away. You have to be really cautious with that dribble, especially a player like Peters who doesn't normally dribble the ball.
3 steals today for Katie Sheehan. Remember, she averages 3.7 per game. McKenzie. And Sutherland tried a back tap, but a foul is called against Sutherland. That's her first personal.
And it is good to see her in this game. When she went down, I thought that she might not come back at all.
Went down with a left knee injury out near midcourt. They took her out to the locker room area. We were told she might return in the second half, and she got the start in the second half. Roeder on the touch-up. Shot clock at 3. Can Roeder get it off in time? And did.
She loves that move, and they've tried to force her further and further away from the basket, but she still continues to stick that little shot off the left-hand dribble.
She was held to 5 points in the quarterfinal win yesterday against Iona. She's got 17 in this one. DeClemente's been open in that corner here in the second half.
Great block out. Great block out there.
Nadia Peters with the block out, and Manhattan gets the ball down by 1. We're getting down to key time here. 5:22 and counting down. Steal.
Oh, just great anticipation.
And the conversion by DeClemente. She has 7, all here in the second half.
And I think that was just fatigue on Roeder's part. I mean, this is a big stage for a freshman. She's had a great game, and she just didn't step to that ball.
Playing back-to-back days. logging a lot of minutes. Wentworth and Sheehan on the foul. You look at the face of Katie Sheehan. She can't believe she had it called. Katie Sheehan has led the charge for Loyola here in the second half.
Look at these numbers. I talked with Alicia Mosley, one of the assistants from Loyola, before the game, and she said this young lady is on a mission to prove that she's a first-team All-MAAC player, and those numbers bear that out.
Still having a debate with the official about our second personal foul.
Like I said, if I had a criticism of her game, is that she does not play through officiating, good or bad. And you play. You hand them the ball and say, nice call, and you move on.
Well, Wentworth goes 1 for 2 in that trip.
The most important play is the next play, and I sometimes think she thinks about plays that happened in the past and affects her game in a negative way.
Using the screen by DiClemente.
And see, again, a force shot. She's just trying to prove that, hey, I'm here and I'm going to take control, and you might have made a bad call, but again, not a good shot selection.
Saw that a little bit in the tail end of that Canisius regulation.
Yeah. She's trying to do too much.
Here's Half Kenny. Wentworth looking for the touch-up. Did not draw iron. And the ball goes back to the Greyhounds with 4:11 left.
But a nice hedge there by Tolley. She had to shoot that ball over Tolley.
Tolley, Sheehan on the floor with Sutherland and McKenzie, as well as DiClemente. Crossover by McKenzie. Oh, took a tough shot from Blair. They head to the bench at the 3:56 mark. Loyola holding on by 2 here in Bridgeport.
Even in the most uncertain times, there are some things we know for sure. There will still be weddings, still be babies, and still be bright futures. That's why New York Life has been helping families plan for the expected and unexpected for 166 years. Backed by the highest ratings for financial strength, we're safe and secure, so you can be too. Give your family the gift of a secure financial future. New York Life, the company you keep.
This aisle isn't big enough for 2 zeros.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Is that all you got?
I'm up to my knees in 0 calories. Pepsi to the max, so let's drink all of these. Pepsi Max, too much taste to be called a 0.
Coming up next on the MAAC Television Network, don't forget that we're going to stay right here in Bridgeport for the women's semifinal second game. Number 4, Siena, led by Serena Moore, will be taking on number 1 seed Marist, led by the player of the year in the MAAC, Erica Allenspach. And you see the 18 next to Marist, ranked this week in the coaches poll, number 18 in the country. The AP poll has them at number 21. Play back in. Loyola by 2 with possession. They'll keep possession of the ball. Roeder was given a brief respite, and now Half Kenny is out. Roeder's back in. Sheehan. Sutherland played by Blair. Nice cut by DiClemente. Lost her sneaker edge. "16 turnovers in the Greyhounds. Wentworth on the floor with Blair. Peters joins him with Roeder and Lawrence.
Boy, what good timing there. I think they're going to check to see.
Abby Wentworth
That
hit
was
the
a 2
prayer.
or a 3. I think that was a 3 without a doubt.
And if it was, that's 20 points for Abby Wentworth.
They haven't put the score up on the scoreboard yet.
The officials will huddle. They were preciously getting very close to a shot clock violation.
Well, they may be checking the time, too. I think she got it off, and I think it was a 3.
And the officials confer, and they'll be taking a look at the replay monitor. So it's an officials review at a key point in this ball game.
It's clearly a 3. I think the question is, did it get off in time? Oh, yes.
So it's a 3-point goal confirmed on the replay monitor. And that gives Manhattan a 1-point lead and the 20th point of the day for Abby Wentworth.
That brought a little life to this Manhattan team.
And to the Manhattan faithful that have followed their team.
Fans here.
Exactly 3 minutes remaining.
See a little man-to-man pressure here from Manhattan.
Step back McKenzie.
Too quick, just too quick.
Quick on the draw that time. We've seen a couple quick shots taken by Loyola here in the second half. Timeout from the John Olenowski bench for Manhattan.
You see Sutherland in some pain here.
The 2011 Spark Energy MAAC Basketball Championships are brought to you by Pepsi Max. 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste. FYE, strictly for your entertainment. New York Life Insurance Company. Learn more about NewYorkLife.com. And by the 2011 Spark Energy MAAC Basketball Championships. Buy your tickets today on Ticketmaster.com, MACSports.com, or by calling 1-800-745-3000. The 2011 Spark Energy MAAC Basketball Championships. Every game counts. We're down to the 2:39 mark of the second half. Manhattan on a 3-point prayer by Abby Wentworth has put her team out in front. 45-44 Manhattan possession. Roeder using a lot of time.
And as we went to that timeout, Sutherland is clearly hurting. That left knee is still bothering her. Not sure how effective she'll be here in the last 2.5 minutes.
They like to stay with her. She's more of a veteran player. She's played a lot of minutes for a sophomore.
For a sophomore, she has.
The matchup throughout the day, Wentworth and Sheehan. Wentworth setting up Peters. Players went down. Sutherland did a very nice thing. She picked up Wentworth after Wentworth went down heavily in the lane.
Went down hard. She just slipped there. Oh, and then Sutherland fell on top of her. Oh, the fall is what hurt. Sutherland on top of Wentworth. Nice back door.
And a tie-up. That is key defensively to come in with that tied ball.
Get her hand on that ball. Boy, how she gets in there.
And all ball, too.
And all ball. And even if there's a little foul, I don't think you call it at this point in the game.
Of course, Joe Logan didn't see it that way. Final 2 minutes of regulation. We already saw one overtime game here in the MAAC tournament when Canisius got by, I should say Loyola got by Canisius yesterday. It's Wentworth again.
Boy, has she ever put this team on her back.
22 today for Abby. She has scored the last 5 in a row. Patience is really key now for Loyola.
No time to panic here. Good ball movement, great shot. Every time they get good ball movement, dribble penetration, they get great looks at the basket.
So the jumper goes home for McKenzie, and she now has 15 points. And it's a 47-46 game and another timeout.
Just a tough shot by Wentworth.
She's been beat up here in the second half.
She has. She's taken some knocks, but I think she's decided she is not going to let her team lose.
She's a senior. No tomorrow for Abby Wentworth.
Our senior on the other end, again, great ball movement here, and dribble penetration, good decision to pull up and shoot the jump shot rather than trying to get all the way to the goal. Two seniors playing extremely well today, and that's always good to see.
Loyola has 2 timeouts left, Manhattan with 3. Our Star Watch update, surprise, it's Bridgeport.com. Wentworth for 22, hitting half of her field goal attempts, and McKenzie shooting a little better than 50% from the field. If there's a held ball, possession will go back to Loyola.
Don't you love all this green in the arena today?
Yes.
It's like St. Patrick's Day.
That's right. Both teams have donned, obviously, that
The
color.
green and the gray.
There's Katie Sheehan lobbying for the next call.
Always lobbying. Maybe she'll be a lobbyist when she graduates.
Is she a poli-sci major?
Maybe.
Lotzenheiser will face full court pressure off a long inbound. She calls for the timeout. Not a lot of options right there. Shut down defense played by the Hounds. And John Olenowski will have to draw up a different play. Olenowski had spent some time in the back. He was an assistant coach at St. Peter's back in 07-08. Also was an assistant at LIU back in the 08-09 season. He replaced 6-year head coach Mindy Hill a couple years back. 37 wins, 23 losses as he entered play today.
He's an outstanding high school coach at Morris Catholic as well. Won 3 state titles while he was there. But coaching is coaching at all levels. The fundamentals don't change. He's done an outstanding job here at Manhattan.
Of course, my partner, Mike Orion, head coach recently at Princeton Day School. Got back into coaching ranks in high school.
I love it. I had a great time this year.
Former North Carolina captain, former assistant at Rider and Virginia. Wentworth faces 3-quarter pressure.
A 2-2-1 zone here. Good job by Loyola to force them to use some clock.
Under 10 on the shot clock.
But here's the matchup. We knew it would come down to this. Oh, great help by Sutherland.
Roeder, last second, did not hit the rim.
A great help by Sutherland just to tip that ball. Tips, deflections are so key in good defensive schemes and force Roeder to take the impossible shot there.
It's a blessing she's back on the court for Joe Logan's team after suffering the left knee injury, wearing a heavy ice pack, and playing the majority of the second half. That happened in the first half. McKenzie in traffic.
And probably fouled. It's a great job by McKenzie to get that ball through the net.
She has 17. Loyola by 1 here as we approach 30 seconds left in regulation. Roeder looking for the Wentworth option. Pull up, tried to drill it. Final 15 seconds, Manhattan's going to have to foul. Manhattan with 5 fouls so far.
Right, and they have fouls to give, so they've got to foul again right away.
Yeah, they can't allow one of those long lob passes or Loyola to kill the clock with the dribble.
Right, they've got to pick up and foul here right away.
Tolly using time. And there's the foul by Lawrence. Down to 11.8. They still have one more inbound.
This is where not fouling works against you.
Late in the game, yes.
It does, because they want to put Loyola on the line so they can regain possession of the ball, unless they come up with a steal here.
They get it to DiClemente, and she's touched up by Roeder. So that puts them to the 17 limit, a 1-on-1 situation now for DiClemente and company. DiClemente towing the line on the year. Erica shot 79% to lead the team. So Manhattan grouped around their head coach, John Alanowski, and what are they talking about in that huddle?
Well, I think they're talking about who they're going to get the ball to, because even if she makes both, it's still a one-possession game. And here's who I think you and I would give it to. Wentworth. She's been the star for Manhattan today, both defensively and offensively.
He leads them with 20 points. She has scored both from the outside and the inside.
She has been extremely tough today, and you know the ball is going to go to her. Like I said, even if Loyola makes both, it's still a one-possession game, 50-47. They can still tie, force overtime, the three-point shot.
In the event, DiClemente misses the first. Rebound, Manhattan. Go the length?
I would go the length. With a veteran player like Wentworth, I wouldn't call timeout. I wouldn't give him a chance to get set. I'd get the ball to Wentworth and let her go.
So a lot of pressure on the graduate student, Erica DiClemente.
I think coaches sometimes overcoach in that situation and call timeout and try to draw up a special play, and it just doesn't work.
And still has the one timeout left. That's a big one right there.
You know, they may get down there and find that, because they still have plenty of time, 11 seconds, so they don't get a good look, timeout, then run it out of bounds underneath or sideline out of bounds. But I think with a veteran player like that, you try to catch them in transition and get the best look that you can.
DiClemente buries 2, full possession lead at 3.
It's got to be a 3. You have Sheehan on Wentworth again.
And a
good
give-up
foul.
foul.
Excellent foul. So they still have one more foul to give.
And that kills clock right there. With 7.4 left.
Right, also disrupts the rhythm, also forces them to have to take it out of bounds on the side. And that's not always a given that you can complete an inbounds pass.
Especially against these two teams.
Right.
Now a timeout with 7.4
right,
left.
Uses his time here. It was probably a good time to use his time out here.
Well, he had 2 left in the well. So Joe Logan calls it right there. He's looking up at the scoreboard now, talking with his assistant coaches as Manhattan gathers around John Alanowski. And strategy being talked to both huddles. Joe Logan was in this spot, what, 24 hours ago?
Right.
Against Canisius.
I think you have to play it pretty straight up, because if you double on Wentworth and you leave Roeder, you leave Blair open, I mean, they can drill it. I think Sheehan you've got to depend on her and say, hey, give everything you have. She makes it, she does, but I think you played Wentworth pretty straight up here.
Would you even consider a foul?
Well, they still have one to give yet.
Okay.
So, yes. I mean, as soon as the ball comes in bounds, definitely foul. This is their 16th foul rate on Loyola. So, as soon as the ball comes in bounds, I'm going to foul again.
Let's take a look at our New York Light brackets coming up right after this game. The 1 seed Marist against the number 4 seed Siena, who beat Fairfield yesterday. Marist got by St. Peter's. And the winner of that game will face the winner of this game in Monday's championship at 1 o'clock Eastern Time here in Bridgeport. So Loyola with the 16 fouls. And the ball will be inbounded just inside midcourt on the Manhattan side. Manhattan 5 of 15 on threes in the ball game. They have to shoot the three. And Siena, I should say, Loyola is well aware of that. Fumble by Halfkenny. Up the rotor for the three. And Sheehan comes in, gets the ball, and kills the clock. Roeder got the look. Wasn't totally squared up to the basket.
Square, but a good play, good execution, and she got a pretty good look at the basket. Just came up short, but a great game by both teams today.
Joe Logan congratulating the Manhattan players as Manhattan will advance to the MAAC championship for the first time since 2003.
You can't ask more of a player than what Wentworth gave today.
Obviously, some words of praise to Abby Wentworth and her team. And our Pepsi Max player of the game, Miriam McKenzie. 17 points, 7 of 12 from the field, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. Take a look at that final play.
Nice double screen there. Pretty good look. She just didn't quite get square. But guess who had a hand in her face? Surprise, surprise. Sheehan.
Yes. And then Sheehan comes up with the loose ball rebound and dribbles out the clock for the 50-47 win. Coach Olenowski watching his team, trying to use some body English to help get that three to go home. It was just short. And Loyola holds on to advance to the MAAC championship game with the 3-point win. Jaspers dropped to 22-9, but had a fabulous season. Loyola gets their 20th win of the year. And Loyola awaits the winner of our next game between Marist and Siena. That will be the 1-4 seeded game. Championship game again will go off Monday here at the arena in Harbor Yard. Loyola awaiting the winner of our next matchup between Marist and Siena. Loyola team that played in the MAAC championship back in 2006 and actually played against Marist, so that could be a rematch if Marist ends up beating Siena. Let's send it out to Mike Araya with the winning head coach, Joe Logan.
Hi. Coach, what does this win mean to your team today?
It's just tremendous. You know, we talked about it all year, putting ourselves in a position to win the MAAC tournament. And I think we were all playing for second place with Marist and how well they played, being ranked 18th in the country now. And, you know, today we got that, and now we're going to go play for a championship on Monday. I couldn't be happy for our kids. You know, we've struggled the last couple of years, but they've worked very hard to get back to this point. And I think we're going to enjoy it tomorrow, and then we have a major task, you know, whoever we play, Marist or Siena.
Right. I thought McKenzie was outstanding, but how about Sheehan?
Yeah, she's only a sophomore, and you have to remind yourself of that early. You know, we want her to reverse the ball, we want her to pass, and she just hasn't had that experience yet. But she played like a junior today, and McKenzie played like a junior. I think she made a big shot down the stretch. I was really happy with how patient we were. You know, that zone frustrates you, and you have to be patient. We don't like that. We like to score quickly. And again, I give our team a lot of credit in the second half for coming out and really executing, knocking down shots, and staying together on the defensive end. You know, we were laughing kind of at the end. We were in that situation yesterday, and last night in the hotel room, we said we would foul, and now we decided not to right at that timeout.
So that's when you made that decision. You didn't use your sixth foul there.
No, well, we used our sixth, but then we were going to use our seventh, send them to the line. And again, we just decided, you know, if they're gonna make a big shot, send it in overtime, we'll try and win in overtime. And unfortunately, or fortunately, Roeder made it, but she got it off and it looked good.
Okay.
So.
All right, best of luck to you.
Thank you. Thanks,
We'll
Micah.
see you on Monday.
Thanks
you very much.
Take care.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Mike. Again, a victory today for the Loyola Greyhounds. And we'll be back with more of our in-between activity after this on the MAAC Television Network.
On Blu-ray and DVD.
Join your laughter is the name of love. Barry.
Oh, God.
God can't hear you, Barry.
Oh, too. There are two things in this world. Sexy sex and boring death. I want to grow a beard.
On January 4th.
I had no idea. This was a dinner for extraordinary people.